Hey, welcome back to Club Junkies Thursday Night Men's League, Week 17, what's in the bag? Week 16, we'll do a little recap there before we get into the new bag. It was a little bit of a disaster. Went out there, shot 44, just made a ton of bogeys. I just literally could not get the ball close and make a putt, all that. It was just, everything was just a little bit off. When I hit the fairway, I'd hit a poor second shot into the green. If I hit a poor tee shot, I'd then hit a decent shot out, next to the green. But I just made a bunch of bogeys. And then also I lost a ball on the first hole that I kind of hit high in the face, went off into the right rough, nothing there. Everybody said they saw it. It was just near the cart path. We never found the ball, so I made double bogey on that one. So it was just one of those days, just slightly off. A few bright spots though. Irons, those Hogan PTX tours, I hit really well. Those I actually did hit solid. I know I didn't hit a ton of greens, but I hit some really good shots that just either were far away from the far away on the green or just right right or left. But I really like them. They feel and sound great. The 4-iron goes. I hit it off the tee on 4, an absolute just rocket out there. So those actually went really well. The wedges were okay. I'm really kind of liking the Sugar Daddy 3s. I'm kind of falling in love with those. The Opus 60 degree, the 60W, actually worked pretty well. Hit that pretty solid. And then honestly, driver, I only hit it twice. I hit it once on 6, kind of hit it high toe. And I just caught like the edge of the fairway bunker that I fell into. If I would have hit it a foot further, it would have carried that and been perfect. And then on the 8th hole, I flared it right, but I absolutely nuked it and was actually further down than I thought I was. I actually thought I was going to be kind of far back. That ball would kind of flare up, lose some distance. And it just went. I was almost into 11 fairway. Which I know sounds bad, but it's kind of wide open. But that's really far. Usually I'm in kind of a little clearing over there, and I went past the clearing. So the driver there actually set up really, really well. So pretty surprised with that. Played that well. And then honestly, the even roll putter, I rolled pretty well. I just didn't make anything. So I then took it out over the weekend and played that even roll putter and actually putted really well. So really solid offer in there. So again, shot of 44 wasn't great. Just made, I just couldn't get pars. Just kept making bogeys. So that was a struggle, but this is a new week. We'll see. Weather is kind of getting a little sketchy. I think the rain holds off till Friday, but I think we should be okay. So we'll get our what's in the bag going. So this is week 17, Thursday Night Men's League, and we're going to go back to an old driver that I haven't hit in a while. I did a little review on the 3-swing challenge with, and I really liked it. Was really impressed, and I really kind of put it away and haven't hit it since. So we're going with the Mizuno ST Max driver. So this is their super, super forgiving driver that they made. I was really impressed with this when I did the 3-swing challenge. Super stable. It's still really long. I remember I hit some shots like off the toe or whatever that I was like blown away at how far they went down the fairway. So this driver here, really solid. It's a 9.5 head. I've actually set it up 1 on the hosel, and it actually doesn't close the face a whole lot. It still actually looks pretty square, which is nice. The Mizuno heads are a little more rounded that some people may or may not like. I don't mind a little bit of rounded club head, so that's okay. But overall, a really good-looking head, and this is shafted up with a Project X Hazardous Smoke Green RDX. This is a 60-gram or 65-gram 6.0, so stiff flex. Probably plays closer to an X. These are pretty darn stout, but kind of low launch, low spin, slightly counterbalanced, but a really good shaft. They're really stable. But I hit this really well back, probably a few months ago. So let's toss it back in, see if we can rekindle some magic, because driver's been a little bit of a struggle so far lately. So then for 3-wood, we are going to go with, again, a 3-wood that I haven't hit in a while, and I actually had to kind of find it up in my bin of clubs. We're going in the PXG Black Ops 3-wood. This is the standard 3-wood. It's a 15-degree head set to 16 degrees, so it's set up 1. Same thing I like. The one thing I like about that is that it doesn't shut the face much. It looks still pretty square. Deep face, you can hit off the tee. We are playing the back 9, so I'm going to hit a lot of drivers. I probably won't hit a ton of 3-woods just because maybe on 11. Is the only one. Other than that, I probably won't hit a whole lot of 3-woods, but easy to hit off the tee, but I also can usually hit it off the deck. But I haven't hit it in a while. This is shafted up with a Graphite Design VR 7 stiff. So this is kind of a little bit of a higher launching shaft. And when I hit this out in Scottsdale, Arizona during the media thing, I hit it amazing. So it'll be nice to get this thing going again. Hopefully it'll bring back a little magic. I know I struggled with it earlier this year. And then for 7-wood, I am going to go with, here it is. I was about to say, I'm like, where's my 7-wood? Good. I'm going to go with the Callaway Paradigm Triple Diamond Max, Paradigm AI Smoke Triple Diamond. This one here, I think I had it in the bag last week as well, but I didn't hit it. So I'm going to go ahead. Oh, no, I had the GT2 last week. But I'm going to go with this guy here. I hit this during my guys' weekend because it was going a little less left. So I'm going to go with this guy here to go in the bag. Again, I don't think I'll use this a ton, maybe 1 or 2 holes set up for it, but it'll probably be just in the bag there in case I need it. Depending on wind on 11, I may hit it there, or the par 5, depending on wind, I could hit it there. So it's got a couple shots in the bag. But this thing here, just a little more neutral ball flight than the Ping G430 Max, and I've been hitting everything left lately. So hopefully this one here, great ball speed, not quite as forgiving, but definitely a little straighter starting line, and definitely long. And this is shafted up, of course, with a Fujikura Ventus TR Blue 8 stiff. Just a shaft I really like, mid-launch, low spin, works really well in a high lofted fairway wood there. So then irons. I know recently I've been doing a lot with the PXG Hybrid. I'm going to give that a rest this week. I'm still hitting it really well. But I'm going to go, we're throwing in the iron set. We're throwing in the T200, T150 combo. So the 4 and 5 iron are going to be the T200s from Titleist. And honestly, the last time I hit this 4 iron, I hit it really solid. So I hit this really well. I'm going to hopefully get some magic back with it. I can hit it off, before I could hit off the deck, I could hit it off the tee. It's a great utility 4 iron, just does a whole lot of things well, launches high, has a ton of ball speed, pretty darn forgiving. So the 4 and 5 iron in the set are the T200s, and these are shafted up with steel fiber I-110 stiffs. So, the graphite steel kind of combo. These things are great because they get the ball up in the air, but they're still really consistent and really stable. So that's 4 and 5 iron. And then 7 iron, you go to the T150. So this is the, hotter faced, a little longer version, compared to the T100. Slightly bigger. When you set it down, not much offset, thin top line, still looks like a player's iron, just adds a little bit of distance. These were my gamers last year. I played these pretty much all last year. So I'm going to throw these back in the bag. But T150, these would be 6 iron through pitching wedge. And these are shafted up with the same steel fiber I-110s in stiff. But this set here, same thing. Easy to get in the air, land soft. They have a little bit of distance. They have some forgiveness. They're a really good kind of cheater club for a player like myself. So I'm going to put these back in the bag. It's been a while since I played them. And then wedges. I'm going to go with a slightly different wedge setup because the lob wedge I wanted to add in. And I've got to play a 50, 54, 58 to play the lob wedge. Then I want to go out and try. So the 50 is going to be the old Tester Titleist Vokey SM10 5008. This is the one that kind of is the free agent gap wedge that I just kind of toss in with whatever needs a gap wedge when I need one. And it is shafted up with a UST Mamiya Dart V105 concept wedge shaft. These things are super stable, offer a pretty penetrating flight. They feel fairly stout, but a really good iron shaft, and has worked really well in this wedge. So this is, again, that combo that I've just tossed in there when I've needed a wedge, especially a gap wedge. That just goes with the set. And then for sand wedge, I'm throwing in an oldie. It is the old SM9, and this is the 54 D grind. So haven't played the D grind in a while. I was a big D grind guy back with the SM8s. The SM9 D grind here and I didn't quite get along as well, but it's got 12 degrees of bounce, trailing edge, heel toe relief. So this is the jet black one, and this is just shafted up with the standard Vokey wedge shaft, which is basically a dynamic gold S200 that I think comes in around 125, 127 grams. But this club and I, we had our ups and downs last year or 2 years ago when it came out, and it never was the most stable wedge in the bag. But 54 degree should match up well with the brand new lob wedge, which is the TaylorMade High Toe 4. So this is the brand new High Toe 4. This is the 58 ATV grind, which is 11 degrees of bounce. Has the little kind of scoop out of the sole. Great little wedge. I love this kind of little scoop out of the sole there. 1, it plays out of the bunker. Amazing. There's so much float with it. 2, it plays with a ton of bounce and you play it square. If you have a tight lie and you need to get the leading edge down, you can press it forward, get that leading edge down, and play a little pitch or chip shot there. And then if you open it up, it's got some relief. So, you should be able to play a little bit more of an open face shot as well. Brand new, but got the raw face on it, redesigned and all that. So should offer a ton of spin. This just has a True Temper Dynamic Gold Wedge 115 shaft in it in the matching band colors of the wedge. But a good looking wedge. I like this high toe design, and I've messed with them before in lob wedges. Really excited that the Lobway or the High Toe series is offering a bunch of different grinds. So excited to get that in the bag and try that. And then for putter, we're gonna go. Haven't played this boy in a while, but I've been on a little bit of a lab kick. The broomstick. We're going with the DF3 broomstick. So this is the one, the tall boy here. It's got the Acra and Lab collab graphite shaft in it. This is the cappuccino color head. So full sight line from front to back on this, but 43.5 inches long, and the broomstick. So I play it a little more hunched over than other players. Some players play it more standing forward, but I haven't played this in a while, and like I said, I putted really well with the Mez, so let's give this bad boy a try. I haven't actually used it in the league ever, I don't think. So excited to get it back out there. The one downside is it is pretty heavy in the bag, but it's okay because I've got my Moto Caddy M7 remote, so that'll go with it. But yeah, that is the what's in the bag for week 17 of Monday night or Thursday night men's league. So we're getting near the end. We only do 20 weeks. We're going to go a little bit further because we had some rainouts. So thankfully, we'll still have a few more weeks to go. And then I'll still keep playing as long as the weather is nice. But that is Thursday night men's league, week 17. What's in the bag? Let's hope everything goes better. We gotta score some points here. We're running out of time. I'm in the middle of the pack to slightly below in terms of placing in my league, so we could use a few points to help us out. But that's what's in the bag, and I will check back with you guys next week, let you know how all this goes.